Aujourd'hui, on va écouter monsieur Stéphane Tamo, qui va parler sur le sujet de éducation sur le changement climatique. Mais le thème de cette Action Hub, c'est Environmental Education for a Better Earth, Vision for Peace, Cameroon. OK? Malheureusement, Monsieur Stéphane, he's not here with us presently, but he's going to, for sure, thanks to, technology is joining us virtually. So we all know the importance of education in terms of raising awareness and sensitization, that which we for sure was, adopted in Article 6 of the Convention and also Article 12 of the Paris Agreement. AIDS remains a very key and strong focus in terms of addressing climate change. And we're going to hear from best practices where Mr. Stefan is going to share that with us. So over to you, Stefan. Thank you. By the way, I did not introduce myself. Sorry about that. I'm Zone Zero, and I work with a women's rights organization called Women for Change, and also a co-convener for a sub-regional women's rights movement called Jeune Égalité et CAS. So Jeune Égalité et CAS works in 11 countries within the CEMAC and ECAS region, and are focused particularly on the generation equality, with one of the action coalition being the Feminist Climate Action. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Zons. Okay, once again, I said I'm Chejo Tamo Evi Stefan. I'm the founder and coordinator of Environmental Education for a Better Earth, and it's a non-profit here in Cameroon that is focused on empowering young people in schools and communities with knowledge in sustainability, environmental and climate change education. So why did we go for climate change education? We discovered that so many movements, so many policies have been set in place through education. Like I can remember when I was a child, I discovered that in my community, so many children were not going to school. In the village where we were living, so many people were not going to school, especially women. So due to during that period, there was a heavy campaign on school. That school is important for everybody, whether you're a woman, a man. And so I discovered that in less than 10 years, people that were not really interested in school, all of them were going to school. So I discovered that's really a good movement. Also, I also discovered when I was in the university, I worked with Women for a Change Cameroon as a volunteer, and I was volunteer for feminist, gender equality, sexuality, gender, and health education for women. And I discovered that so many things in those schools change. So I said, well, if gender it works, community mobilization it works through education, I think I should also need to include climate change in it, and I believe it will work. So due to that, I started to carry out research, close to 2 years research, in which I developed a curriculum, an after-school curriculum on sustainability, environmental, and climate change education, where I use it to empower students in schools around Douala. And the result is amazing. Some of the students, they are now focused, they are now taking climate action as than never before. And I also discovered that in schools nowadays, I don't know, but in Cameroon in particular, secondary schools, most of them have close to 13 subjects, 17 subjects in school. So discovering that if you want to bring something else like climate change education, the student may see it as saturated, will be saturated to them, that they have a lot on their head. So what did we do? We made it as an extracurricular activity where we go to schools once a week, and we made it into to be like an activity where we don't really make them to know that is book work. No, we make them know that is an activity, that is an event, that is an action that they are taking. And so due to it, in my program, we included a sketch, drama, play, field work, computer, and so many things. So it makes them not to think as if it's a subject. That's why any day we are going to school, because we go to school on Friday, every Friday they sit there like that, they want waiting for us in class. So you discover that it's something that they like, because we integrated it into what they are doing in their community, integrated into what they are seeing every day. So it moved that stigma in that, no, this is another subject, no, and you discover that it was like it's a success. And so this year, for example, we are planning to increase to go to so many other schools. So our first year and the first and second year showed us that education is the pathway for any policy. and climate change education when it is well set up in a way that student can understand, student can take it as a place, student can understand and use it as if it's not a subject. It will really lead to change. So we are happy with that, and we have so many testimonies. Like in the video I will play to you, you will discover all our activity for the past 2 years, what we have been doing in schools, and you see how the students have been taking action. Like another thing, like in I'm in Douala Terrain, especially around Wori is, you discover that here it was very difficult to see things like a campaign or sensitization. But this year in particular, we made students to carry out sensitization campaign in their schools. They left school and they sensitized around the school vicinity. So they even go to their classes to talk with the others on climate change and how education is the pathway for any change. And so it's really a success, and I am really happy for that. That's why I said in this African Climate Week, I need to come and tell the world that climate change education is the pathway for a resilient development. We must include it in everything that we do, despite our action, despite we must include it in everything. Also, we try to make it in such a way that we can make teachers to integrate it into the program. But the majority of the teachers, they made us to understand that the first of all, what they're having is too much and they don't receive enough pay. So that's why we're taking and said, all right, since we are in non-profit, let's give the student the knowledge free of charge so they can get it. So we should not put the burden on teachers that they don't want to teach because of too less pay and too much work. And it's been working for us. We have volunteers, we have countless volunteers, people that are willing to take the action. So all what we need now is to set in place a policy, a procedure where climate change education will be looked into it. We should not only focus on mitigation measures. No, we should also work on adaptation. And if you want to make adaptation to move, we must include it in a form of education. We must educate those young people because they're the future of tomorrow. They are the future leaders. They will be the one to take leadership tomorrow. If we don't train them now, tomorrow the world will be the way it is now. Because as you know, what I always tell my students is that most of the leaders now, they are over 60s. So most of them, I will just use this word, most of them don't really care that much. Most of them, they don't really care because they know that they will go very soon. And when they go, we, the young people, will be the one to lead. And if we don't fix things now, tomorrow we will still be trying to lead a world that is messed with the impact of climate change. So it's our duty, all of us, to always include climate change education in everything we do. It is the pathway for a resilient development. It's the pathway for any change. If one any change, must pass through climate change education. So that's it. And also discover that it's not all about education, coming to class, putting things on the board, giving the notes. No, we make it in such a way that students will also carry out activities outside. Like for example, I came across nature-based solution, and it really helped me because all my schools, all the students, they always set up a school garden. It's like an obligation for us. All the school where we work, there's a particular space for school garden where we train the student how to grow vegetables, spices, and also fruit. Some of them were saying next orange and grape trees in the house, and it was really amazing. So you discover that we must train them for them to be able to do that. And you discover that I'm in Douala. Douala is a multi-purpose city. Most of the students in my school did not know how to even grow apple, even orange. Some of them, it was like strange to them. They never saw things like that because of lack of education. That's a lack of climate change education. So nature-based solution also is what we use. And also this year, we are planning to include fishery in their schools, to do a fishing pond in schools, where they will use the water, that means the waste from those fish to irrigate their gardens, to irrigate their gardens in schools. And you discover that at the end, they will understand that we can move from one thing to another and from one thing to another while protecting our environment. So that is what we are really focused in doing in schools around. All right, so permit me to play the video. Let me share my screen. It's a YouTube video. Permit me to play it so that you can see what we have been doing so far. Let me look. Okay, use it. All right, let me play the video.
Stefan, we don't have volume. Could you?
Okay, let me.
Thank you.
Stefan, pause the video and I will try to play it with sound, okay? Pause the video for a bit and I play it with sound. Tumakut, Stefan.
Yes.
Yes. Did you find it with sound, or I can try to play it over here?
I'm playing it with sound. I don't know that way, but I have it with sound this way.
Let me try 1 second. Don't click
Okay.
play. 1 second. I fix it.
Can I play now?
No. Yeah, please send the link. Send the link to Roberto, because send it on the chat. That's easier.
Okay. All right. Sending it via chat.
Yeah, click the little conversation icon up and drop the link there.
Okay.
There is that's the chat. Click the conversation icon and drop the link.
Chat is turned off.
Okay, so while we sort that little technical issue, which is also part of a learning, because as a continent, I think COVID, took us unaware, and we were all forced to be a bit, tech savvy. I remember my dad, who was, he has an Android phone, but he was not very regular on WhatsApp. But because of COVID, all of his peers, he's 80. So most of his peers, they had to create WhatsApp group, and he was forced to use WhatsApp and do calls on WhatsApp. So, he learned something. So I think, this generation, we are lucky that we are introduced in something like this. So while we wait on, the tech to sort out with the beautiful video which Stefan had for us, I may just open the floor for comments, just so we make use of the time that we are waiting on the tech. Any comments? Any thoughts for Stefan? Oh, not yet. Okay, thank you. So not yet, Stefan. No comments for you. But then I think maybe, Stefan, I have a comment for you. I just want to understand in terms of, because what you're doing is really amazing. I see, your target population are adolescents and young people. And for sure, we know our continent, Africa, is a young continent. And the earlier we engage the younger generation, increase their consciousness, because they are the ones that will be ministers, decision makers in future. And there is need that they are, sensitive towards conversations regarding climate issues, because when they get into those policy spaces, they will be making those decisions based on the education that they went through. So I just want to understand, how do you select the schools that you work with? Do you do a mapping based on the needs of that community, or do these schools, express interest that you should provide the environmental educations to their respective schools? Thank you.
Okay, we select the schools at random. This is because we don't have enough volunteers, so we cannot go to all the schools. Because after our first year, so many schools came. Like they really wanted us to come to their schools because of what we were doing. They saw the activities because I partnered also with another non-profit. So we used to work with too many schools around there. So they really want, most of the schools want to work with us, but it's not possible. So that's why this year we are recruiting, we are planning to recruit 8 volunteers to start the academic year. So that's it. We do a segregation level.
Stefan, try to play the video and
Okay.
put sound in your computer so that we can hear it. Yes.
Okay,
Let's try it. Yeah?
okay. Take a sound.
Stefan, you must turn on the sound in your computer.
Yes, I have sound in my computer.
Try to turn up the volume. Oh, on essaie de montrer en vidéo, mais on a, il n'a pas le son. Oui, ouais. You must play the sound in your computer, but it's not possible. You have the sound on already.
Yeah, the sound is on. The sound on my computer is on already.
Okay, can you show us? Oh, wait, maybe we search it. Can you open YouTube there or no?
Okay.
Okay, Stefan, we try to put it here. Okay, we're trying now.
All right. Let me play it again.
What was the title again, Stefan? ARCP?
Yeah.
What? No, wait.
The
ARCP.
title is AICP.
One more time, please, Stefan.
ACRP. Competition.
Playing now.
Is it okay? All right. le pays. Ouais. No. Okay. What? What? Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Yeah, so I still open the floor for comments, questions, contribution. Or a word of encouragement.
Well, I can
Yeah.
step in there.
Yes,
Stefan,
I'm there.
can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can
So
hear you.
some members of the media were looking for your event, so she came forward and was asking to exchange information. So I'll contact you about it later, and so you can engage with some other people that were interested in your event as well.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We have like 40 more minutes to go, so it's so okay. Sorry, I was looking at another clock. This Africa, your clock keep changing. Yeah. So, yeah, Stefan, do you have any, any other last words?
Yes, I have the last word is that this working with young people, we need to like try to adapt to what they like. So you must work in the environment where they find it comfortable. Like in our schools, most of the students they like technology, so we use computer labs to work, and you can see that those outside the students are really engaged. And thank God I'm an IT expert, so I also use time to train them how to use computer. So that's how we do to engage them. And also we use rudimentary tools. We don't really have sophisticated tools. Like you can see the videos, they are not good, but we are really trying our best with the little we have to advocate for climate change education. So that's all I can say.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank you,
all.
Stefan.
I hope next time we're going to see those beautiful hibiscus that you planted all grown. And if you can name them also, that would be wonderful. So for sure, thank you,
Exactly.
Stefan. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much too. Yeah.
See you in a little bit, okay? Take care, Stefan. I'll write you now. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.